what are we preparing today?
We're doing Cod-a-Braz, which is a very, very traditional Portuguese way of preparing the cod. And it's basically a dish of cod, onion, potatoes, and eggs. And you end up with a scrambled egg type of a dish.
And it's easy for people at home to prepare.
Extremely easy.
Okay, so, and it's easy enough for me to be able to do it?
Indeed, yes.
Okay, so where do you start? Besides having a big knife in front of you?
We should start with the preparation of the onion. The onion, we need to make a confit of onion. And basically, you cut the onion very thinly.
And what do you call that? You said something. What do you
It's
call
a confit, which is basically a slow process of cooking the onion to get the sweetness out of it.
I see.
So that you get rid of the acid and you end up with a very sweet onion.
Very sweet onion.
And the cut is basically this. It needs to be fine.
Okay, so once you have your onion, what do you do with it?
You put it into a saute pan or a pan of your choice.
Okay.
You need to add garlic, bay leaf. The garlic, I have crushed the cloves, bay leaf, little salt, little pepper. This you do to taste. Some white wine, of course. It's a Portuguese dish. Always white wine.
So you don't put any oil in that? That's not...
You do.
You do. So you're sauteing it with wine and oil?
It's not a saute.
What is it?
You're caramelizing, so you're going to be boiling it, so to speak. And that's how you start. It goes on the stove, nice slow flame, and let it caramelize.
And how long does it take normally?
Until it's done. It depends on the thickness. It depends on how high you have your flame. It shouldn't take any more than maybe 20 minutes.
And once that's done, basically you end up with
this kind of an effect, yes. And that's the ready product for putting together the dish.
What do you do with the potato? How do you cut the potato?
The potato, we have to julienne it. And julienne is cutting it very, very fine. So you take the potato, cut it fine into thicknesses, about like so.
Less than 1/4 of an inch.
I would say, yeah, just a little over an eighth.
Okay. That's less than 1/4.
It sure is.
See, I know my math, I just don't know how to cook.
It sure is. Once you have that, the process is to julienne it. So you cut it very thin like that.
Well, yeah, I like that. I love chips of that size.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And once you have that cut, do a couple more. Then the potato gets fried.
In a deep fryer?
You can fry it in a saute pan or in a deep fryer if you have.
Okay. And David, the preparation of the cod is similar to the potato and the onion. It's literally shredding it or cutting it into small pieces?
Exactly. You take the pieces of cod after it's been soaked and all the salt has been extracted, and you basically shred them, not to very, very fine shreds, but a nice chunky shred.
Okay, and what happens after you do that? Is it already ready to go into the pan?
It is. It is now time to assemble.
Okay. Well, how do you do? Where do you start?
We start by taking a saute pan.
Okay.
Okay, so you take the onion. This olive oil is meant to be there, and it's really the runoff juice from doing the onions.
Which were done with the wine.
With the wine and the olive oil.
I could just eat that with bread.
It would make a good sandwich.
The cod.
And then add your cod. I have a mixture here of parsley and coriander.
Oh. And that's
cilantro.
Like how much do you put?
Couple of pinches, but it's really to taste, however much you want. 1 bay leaf, and basically you're done. You're ready to bring together your dish.
Okay. So David, in the pan, you had the onions, the potatoes, which you added after frying, and the cod.
The onions, the potato, the cod, you put in the parsley, and now you bind it with the eggs.
Okay, I want to see this because I really have never done this before. This dish before. I've tasted it several times.
It's very, very simple. You're basically going to scramble the eggs.
And you're putting in 3 eggs?
3 eggs in one portion. Some people don't like as much egg. You can put 2 eggs. I wouldn't put any less than 2. But if you really like eggs, 4 eggs is not out of line either. So you basically just incorporate everything, and the eggs will start to scramble.
So unusual to have egg added to fish, isn't it? There's not that many dishes that have egg and fish together.
Well, you know, Portuguese really use eggs on everything. Yeah? If you notice, when they boil cod, they will put a boiled egg with it.
Yes, that's true. Yes.
Often we incorporating it this way. There are a few other dishes that we do use eggs on, but mainly we either fry them or boil them. Always a hard boil. So as you can see, it's starting to come together. The eggs are starting to scramble.
I think you just turned Cod-a-Braz into a breakfast dish as well. So now we can have cod for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yes. Nothing wrong with a little cod for breakfast.
Absolutely not. I see how you can see the egg really binding the cod and the onion and the potato together.
Starting to bring everything together.
And the flavor of that combination is really delicious.
It's wonderful. It really is.
It's one of my favorite.
It really is a wonderful flavor.
It looks great.
Thank you.
Now that portion should serve
1 Portuguese.
or 4 or 5 people, and you can actually serve this as an appetizer as well before,
yes, you can.
Before some other meal.
Yes, it's actually a very good idea. It can be shared among a number of people.
But here at Churrascão, you really get a portion this size?
Those are our portions.
Wow. That's a pretty hefty portion.
Well, you need to be hungry to eat in a Portuguese restaurant. So let me decorate it with a little parsley.
Yes.
Some Portuguese olives as well. Which, by the way, we have excellent olives in Portugal.
Yes, we do. The olives are mostly in the north part of Portugal, aren't they?
Some in the south as well.
Some in the south as well.
Some in the south as well.
Voila.
And voila. There it is. Bacalhau-à-Brás.
À-Braz. Thank you, David.
My pleasure.
I'm going to taste it.
Yes.
Off camera, because I intend to eat the whole thing. Thank you.
You're welcome.